Hello, I'm Dr. Camila Sierra. I want you to be honest with me for a minute. It's very likely that right now you have a small box tucked away in the back of your nightstand drawer, or perhaps hidden in a secret compartment of your wallet. Inside that box, there's a blister pack, maybe already cut in half, containing small yellow water drop shaped pills. The famous Tadalafil. You surely remember the day they were prescribed to you. You had to overcome immense shame to confess to your doctor that things in the bedroom weren't working like they used to. The doctor, probably in a hurry, handed you the prescription and gave you quick, simple instructions. They told you to take one pill an hour before intercourse and that everything would be fine. You went home full of hope, set up the moment, took the pill, glanced at the clock, and waited. But then disaster struck. Instead of feeling that firmness and potency you remembered from your youth, the only thing you felt was terrible pressure in your head. Your face turned red and hot as if you had a fever. Your nose got so stuffy that it was hard to breathe, and your heart started pounding hard. Your whole body reacted violently, except for the one part that was supposed to wake up. Down there, it was total silence, or perhaps such a weak reaction that it only increased your frustration. I remember perfectly what you felt in that instant because hundreds of my patients have described the same thing to me. You felt cheated, you looked at your partner and had to apologize. You turned over in bed thinking the worst. Did you think the pill didn't work? Or what hurts even more, did you think you were finished? You told yourself you were too old, that your body no longer responds, and that not even the strongest medicine could fix you. If that story sounds familiar, I need you to listen to me very carefully. That wasn't your fault. Your body isn't broken, and you're not a lost cause. The harsh truth is that the traditional medical system often fails to explain how this medication really works in a mature man. Prescribing a high dose of Tadalafil to a man over 60 and telling him to use it the same way as a 25-year-old is a fundamental mistake. It's like trying to drive a classic car with a cold engine at the same speed as a modern race car. It simply doesn't work that way. Today, I'm here to reveal the truth that your primary care doctor, in their 5-minute consultation, didn't have time to explain to you. I'm going to teach you why the old method fails in 50% of cases and show you the exact strategy we use in my clinic to raise the success rate to 99%. We're not going to use this medication as an emergency switch anymore. We're going to use it as an intelligent biological strategy. So please close the door, eliminate distractions, and get ready, because what you're about to hear is the instruction manual they should have given you from day one. To fix the problem, we first have to understand where the machine is failing. That's why, in this second part, I need to explain to you why that 20 Milleric pill betrayed you. To make this clear, I want you to imagine that your circulatory system is like the plumbing in a house. When you were 20 years old, those pipes were new, flexible, elastic, and their interior was perfectly smooth. At that age, as soon as your brain sent a signal of desire, blood flowed like a massive torrent, and the pipes expanded instantly to receive it. Everything worked on autopilot. But now you're over 60. Your body has lived a lot, endured decades of cholesterol, blood sugar variations, blood pressure, and the simple natural wear and tear of time. Those same pipes that were once elastic are now a bit more rigid. Let's say they're a little rusty inside. The inner lining of your arteries, a vital layer that doctors call the endothelium, no longer functions at 100%. This endothelium is responsible for producing a magical gas called nitric oxide. This gas is the messenger that shouts to your arteries to open up and let the blood through. Here's where the conflict comes in. At your age, your body produces much less of this messenger gas. Your valves are rusty and hard to open. Tadalafil doesn't create desire or create blood. Its only function is to keep the valve open once the gas has done its job. So, what happens when you take a massive 20 million dose all at once, expecting a miracle in an hour? You're trying to force enormous hydraulic pressure through a system of pipes that's rigid and dry. It's like trying to fill a small crystal glass using a fire hose at full power. The result is a disaster. Since the arteries in your member can't dilate quickly enough due to that rigidity and lack of gas, the medication overflows and seeks other outlets. It goes to the arteries in your head and causes that stabbing pain. It goes to the capillaries in your face and turns you red. It goes to your nose and congests it. Basically, you suffer all the side effects because the medication is acting everywhere except where you need it. Additionally, there's a biological factor that almost no one mentions. When you take that high dose all at once and feel that sudden heat and discomfort, your body gets scared. Your nervous system interprets that abrupt change as a threat, and when the body feels threatened, it releases adrenaline. Adrenaline is the mortal enemy of an erection. Adrenaline closes the blood vessels to prepare the body for fight or flight. It's a cruel paradox. You take the pill to open the arteries, but the violent reaction from the high dose causes your body to release stress and close them again. You're stepping on the gas and the brake at the same time. That's why you failed. That's why you felt bad. The method of taking the pill only when you need it works wonders if you're young and your pipes are healthy. But for a mature man like you, we need to change the tactic. We can't keep betting on brute force and speed. We need a strategy of constant, gentle, and restorative infiltration. We need to stop thinking about putting out fires and start thinking about nurturing the terrain. In the next part, I'm going to present the exact solution that eliminates these side effects and restores function to your system without violence. Here's the secret that my private patients use to stay active and vigorous no matter their age. It's the centerpiece of our entire strategy and what will allow you to go from frustration to guaranteed success. The solution is to stop using the pill as an emergency event and start using it as a background treatment. I want you to forget the 20 milligram dose and switch to the low daily dose strategy. We're talking about taking only 5 million or even 2.5 million every day at the same time. Why does this simple change make such a brutal difference for men over 60? I'm going to give you 3 irrefutable scientific reasons. The first reason is what we call the steady state. With the old method, your blood experienced peaks and valleys. You took the pill, the drug level in your blood shot up to the ceiling, causing discomfort, and then plummeted, leaving you unprotected. You lived on a chemical roller coaster. With the small daily dose, it's different. Imagine that instead of dumping a bucket of water all at once on a dry plant, you install a drip irrigation system, drop by drop, constantly and gently. This creates a stable level of medication in your blood 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That means you no longer have to plan anything. The stress of looking at the clock and telling your partner, "Wait, honey, give me 40 minutes for it to take effect," is over. No more. If you feel like it in the morning, upon waking, you're ready. If the moment arises after a nap, you're ready. Spontaneity, that spark you thought was lost forever, returns to your life. The second reason is the rehabilitation of your arteries. This is something fascinating we've discovered recently. Daily use of Tadalafil in low doses not only helps in the moment of the act, but actually heals your blood vessels while you sleep. At night, the medication facilitates involuntary nocturnal erections. You might not even notice, but while you dream, your body is sending oxygenated blood to the tissues of your member. It's like taking your body to the gym while you sleep. This nocturnal exercise prevents the tissues from atrophying and becoming fibrous. You're literally rejuvenating your vascular system from the inside out. The third reason is the elimination of side effects. Your body is smart and adaptable. When you give it a massive dose all at once, it defends itself and punishes you with a headache. But when you give it a small 5 ml dose, it's like a gentle caress. Your body accepts it without resistance. After the first 5 or 7 days of continuous treatment, the vast majority of men report that side effects disappear completely. The headache goes away, the flushing disappears, but the ability to have a firm erection stays with you permanently. You stop being a patient who needs medication to function and start feeling like a normal man again. The pill stops being the center of attention and becomes simply an invisible support that's always there watching your back. But I warn you about something important. Although this strategy keeps the switch on all the time, the switch is useless if there's no electricity or fuel in the system. Tadalafil is the orchestra conductor, but it can't play the music. It just needs musicians. It needs raw materials. If your body is dehydrated or lacking essential nutrients, even the daily dose can fail. That's why in the next section, I'm going to give you the exact list of the 4 natural allies you must combine with your daily pill to make the system foolproof. I want you to etch this phrase into your mind. Tadalafil is the orchestra conductor, but it's not the music. It orders the arteries to open, but it can't manufacture the blood or the energy needed to fill them. At 60, your body no longer has those natural reserves. If you just take the pill and don't give your body the raw materials it needs, you're going to fail. To achieve that 99% effectiveness I told you about, you need to combine your 5 ml daily pill with what I call the 4 allies of potency. If you're missing one, the table wobbles. The number 1 ally is the hydraulic fluid, that is water. It might sound ridiculously simple, but listen to me. 70% of my patients fail because they're chronically dehydrated. An erection is fundamentally a hydraulic event. It's blood filling a space under pressure. Blood is liquid. If you don't drink enough water, your blood becomes thick and viscous, like mud or old motor oil. Tadalafil tries to open the floodgates, but that mud can't circulate quickly. It doesn't arrive with force. Your mission is simple. Drink at least 2.5 liters of water a day. And most importantly, drink a large glass of water as soon as you wake up. It's the cheapest and most effective medicine out there. Without liquid volume, there's no firmness. The number 2 ally is the rocket fuel, L-citrulline. I already explained that for arteries to open, they need a gas called nitric oxide. Tadalafil protects that gas but doesn't create it. Your body needs to manufacture it, and to do that, it needs a key ingredient, an amino acid called L-citrulline. You could eat watermelon, which has citrulline, but you'd have to eat 3 whole watermelons a day to get the necessary amount. That's impossible. That's why my medical recommendation is to get an L-citrulline supplement. You need between 2,000 and 5,000 milligrams a day. This combination is magical. Citrulline builds the bridge, and Tadalafil ensures the bridge doesn't collapse. Together, they're unstoppable. The number 3 ally is the ignition spark, testosterone. You can have the perfect car, a full tank of gas, and clear roads. But if you don't have the key to start the engine, you're not going anywhere. Testosterone is that key. It's the hormone of desire. If your testosterone levels are rock bottom, something very common at your age, your brain simply won't send the go-ahead signal. You won't feel the urge. And without the urge, there's no electrical signal. Without an electrical signal, Tadalafil stays dormant in your blood. Don't guess, go to the lab. Ask them to measure your total and free testosterone. If it's low, talk to your doctor. Sometimes correcting hormones is the final piece of the puzzle. And finally, the number 4 ally is the express break: magnesium and sleep. The number one enemy of your erection is cortisol, the stress hormone. When you're stressed or sleep poorly, your blood vessels constrict. It's basic physics. Poor sleep is a silent killer in older men, which is why you need magnesium. Taking a magnesium supplement at night, preferably glycinate or citrate, helps relax the smooth muscles of your arteries, making Tadalafil's job easier. Plus, it helps you sleep deeply, which is the only time your body produces testosterone. So there you have it. Your new invincible routine isn't just a pill. It's the daily pill plus lots of water, plus your citrulline supplement, monitoring your testosterone, and ensuring your rest with magnesium. If you do this, you're creating the perfect biological environment. But be careful. Even with all this in your favor, you can still ruin it all if you make the rookie mistakes I'm going to explain in the next section. These are everyday traps that most men your age fall into. Let's look at them so you don't become one of them. Even with the perfect strategy and the right supplements, you can sabotage your own success if you fall into the mental and lifestyle traps that catch most men your age. These are what I call the 3 erection destroyers. They're mistakes you make without realizing, thinking they don't matter, but they can completely nullify the medication's effect. The number 1 destroyer is heavy dinner syndrome. It's very common for older couples to want to create a romantic atmosphere with a special dinner. A good steak, rich sauces, fried foods, maybe a creamy dessert. You feel good, full, and satisfied, but biologically you've just made a tactical error. Although Tadalafil is more resistant to food than Viagra, a meal high in fats is like putting a brick wall in your intestine. The fat coats the walls of your stomach and delays the absorption of any medication. The pill gets stuck in your digestion traffic. By the time it manages to enter your bloodstream, hours have passed, you're tired, and the moment is lost. If you use the daily dose, the solution is simple. Take your pill in the morning with a light breakfast or at midday. Keep the romantic dinner, but make it light. Don't force your body to choose between digesting a feast or giving you an erection. Blood can't be in the stomach and your member at the same time. The number 2 destroyer is spectator mentality. This happens when you're afraid to fail. During the act, instead of surrendering to the sensations, your mind separates from your body. You become a critical spectator of yourself. Are you thinking, is it working? Is it going to go down? What is she thinking? That anxiety generates adrenaline, and as I already told you, adrenaline is the antidote to an erection. It's a chemical that closes blood vessels instantly. The more you worry about whether it's going to work, the less it works. It's a vicious cycle. The advantage of the daily dose is that it eliminates the time pressure. You know the medicine is there, trust it. Your job is to turn off the analytical brain and focus solely on the skin, the touch, the pleasure. Let your body feel, don't let your mind judge. The number 3 destroyer is the gap between fantasy and reality. Many men have a distorted idea from movies. They think that with the pill, a thought or a glance will be enough to be ready like an oak tree. But the reality at 60 is different. Your nervous system needs more help. You need direct physical stimulation. Mental images are no longer enough to light the fuse. Tadalafil facilitates the erection but doesn't initiate it out of nowhere. You need contact, caresses, foreplay. Don't be afraid to guide your partner. Tell them you need more time, more touch. Direct stimulation is the trigger that allows the medication to work its magic. Now that you know what mistakes to avoid, I know you still have a concern lingering in your head. The fear of side effects. Will my back hurt? Will I get heartburn? It's normal to be scared. That's why, in the next part, I'm going to teach you how to manage these risks like a professional. And I'll tell you who, under no circumstances, should take this medication. Your safety comes first. I understand your concern perfectly. No one wants to suffer to enjoy. It's very likely you've heard horror stories about unbearable headaches or back pain that last for days. But remember this: those side effects usually come from high doses taken all at once. With our 5 mg daily strategy, the risks are drastically reduced. Still, I want to give you my medical tricks to neutralize any discomfort before it appears. First, let's talk about a life or death warning. There's a red line no one should cross. If you take medications for chest pain that contain nitrates like nitroglycerin or isosorbide dinitrate, you can never take Tadalafil. The combination causes such a brutal drop in blood pressure that it could be fatal. If you use heart patches or sublingual pills for angina, this treatment isn't for you. Talk to your cardiologist. For everyone else, here are my solutions for the most common side effects when starting the daily dose. Problem 1, muscle or back pain. Sometimes at the beginning, you feel a dull ache in your kidneys or thighs. Don't panic, it's not your kidneys failing. It's simply that the blood vessels in your large muscles have dilated a lot. The secret trick is an amino acid called taurine. Taking 2 or 3 grams of taurine a day helps calm those cramps almost magically, and drink plenty of water. Generally, this pain disappears on its own after the first week of continuous use. Problem 2, burning or reflux. The medication relaxes the valve at the entrance to your stomach, allowing acid to rise. The trick is simple. Never take the pill right before bed. Take it in the morning. And if you feel burning, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in water before eating works wonders to close that stomach valve. Problem 3, headache. This happens because the vessels in your brain also dilate a bit. The trick is a cup of strong espresso coffee. Caffeine slightly constricts the cerebral vessels, counteracting Tadalafil's effect in the head without affecting the erection below. It's the perfect balance. Now, let me give you some extra good news. An unexpected gift. There's a powerful reason why I prescribe daily Tadalafil to my older patients even if they don't have sex every day. And that reason is the prostate. At your age, it's very likely you get up 2, 3, or 4 times a night to urinate. The stream is weak, it's hard to start. You feel like you don't empty your bladder. It's benign prostatic hyperplasia. Well, 5 mg Tadalafil is the only medication officially approved to treat this too. By taking it daily, it relaxes the muscles of your prostate and bladder. The result is that you urinate better, the stream is stronger, and best of all, you stop getting up so much at night. By sleeping through the night, your body truly rests, and by resting better, you produce more natural testosterone. It's a virtuous cycle. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You recover your sexual potency and fix your urinary problems with the same small pill. Finally, I want to give you the map of your future. If you start today, this is what's going to happen. In the first week, your body will be adapting. You might feel a bit of heat or mild discomfort. Don't quit, keep going. By the 3rd week, the magic will happen. One morning, you'll wake up and notice something you might not have felt in years. Morning wood. That's the sign that your vascular system is repairing itself while you sleep. It's the awakening of your virility. By the 2nd month, the side effects will have disappeared. The anxiety will be gone. You'll feel ready, confident, and with renewed energy. Your intimate life will stop being a source of stress and become what it always should have been, a source of joy and connection. Gentlemen, age is just a number if you have the right strategy. Don't let shame steal one more day of fullness from you. You have science on your side? Go to your doctor, ask to try the daily protocol, and reclaim the life you deserve. I'm Dr. Camila Sierra. Thank you for your time, and may you have a strong and healthy life. Yeah,